There's BMG Radio, the Rogue One and Blu-rays edition. Yeah, it's been a good holiday. Time to get back to it. Let's see what you guys have been doing. Let's see what I've been doing. Let's talk a little Rogue One, because I finally saw it twice. Yeah, let's get to it. Too better than me. And hi, it's Beautiful Movie Guy on BMG Radio, and here's going to be a difference you might notice. Watch, hold on. Boom, you're seeing me. Hey, how's it going? I'm being lazy this week. I'm on a different computer, so I don't have my normal graphics. So you're getting my beautiful face with my hair all over the place, my beard looking all bushy, and probably some noise upstairs that you're hearing, hopefully. And yeah, so how's it going? Yeah, I am being visiting some friends and doing some things and burning some trees, and yeah, good stuff. And I've been doing two things. Christmas happened, if you don't know. Christmas, it's an awesome thing. And at Christmas, I got a bunch of Blu-rays, so I'm going to talk about those, but we'll get to those shortly. First up, I finally saw Rogue One, and I know everybody wants to know what I think of Rogue One, because why wouldn't you? All right, let's get into it, people. What did I think of Rogue One? I liked it a lot, actually. I thought it was really good. Not a perfect movie, far from it, and it sometimes got a little too cutesy with its references to Star Wars and stuff, and maybe Vader doing a dad joke kind of in there, but overall, I really liked it. So we'll give a quick breakdown. I'll tell you, I was going to see it opening weekend, and I didn't, mainly because we originally thought we'd save a little money and go on Tuesday. In Canada, Tuesday is cheap day. And so we thought, okay, we'll do cheap day and go watch it then. And cheap day came and cheap day went, and then my daughter wasn't feeling well. There's a whole thing to that, and so we didn't end up going out to see it on the Tuesday. And then that week was Christmas, and so we didn't get to see it till this week. And we kind of decided to go on the Thursday. I got some Christmas money. You guys know that? Christmas money? We got, people just give you money. So I'm like, it's money I didn't have. So I can do whatever I want with it. So we decided to go watch Rogue One with it and go out to dinner and go to a fast food place and get dinner and watch a movie. So, yeah. Hold on 1 second. Sorry. I always get distracted with the chat. And there's only one friend. Chris is in the chat. Hey, Chris. I'm going to look away from the chat now, and at the end, I'll look back. If you have any questions, again, during this, I will gladly answer them. And if you have any questions that you really want answered and you're not able to go in the chat and you're looking at this later, I guess you can, of course, put it in the comments or hit me up on Twitter. And I'll do that later. The next BMG Radio next week. So, all right. So Rogue One. Finally got to see it. And yeah. Now, it does jump around a lot in the very beginning. And I was kind of like, okay, where are we going here and where are we going here? And a bunch of planets I don't know, because I haven't watched any of the prequel. Like, I've watched the original prequels, which I hate, and we're not going to get into that tonight. But I haven't watched any of the Rebels stuff, any of the cartoons, nothing of it. So I don't know. I know I've heard some of the characters, or at least one of the characters, carries over from the cartoon. I don't know any of that, and I don't care, and I'm not ever going to learn any of that, and I'm fine with that. So maybe these are places that they talk about there. I don't know. It jumps around a lot, and then it kind of gets into the core story of what it is, and what it is the Death Star is being completed, and the guy who made it has sent out a message saying, "Hey, I need to get this to somebody, my daughter in particular. I put a flaw in the Death Star. So right there to start, let's just talk about that. This isn't going to have spoilers, people. You know what? It's been weeks. If you haven't seen Rogue One by now, that's okay. Switch off. I get it. And then or fast forward to you see a Blu-ray pop up. Yeah, the first one you'll see is They Live right there. So when that pops up, you'll know. All right, so yeah. What was I talking about? All right, so yeah, the guy who made the Death Star. So it's always been a big joke about why they would leave such a threat of blowing up a Death Star as what they did and all that stuff. And there've been like cartoons about it, and like, you know, they've made fun of it tons of times and lots of different things. And so I like the fact they're like, you know what, we're going to make that part of the story. And the fact that it was done on purpose by a guy trying to help the rebellion out, because this is the only thing he could do. It's like he was basically, if they kill him, he's not going to be any good. So why not put a backdoor into the Death Star, which will destroy the thing if you hit it in the right spot? That's pretty smart. So I like how they kind of work that together. I love the character of Jyn. Felicity Jones. Oh, she is the most attractive Star Wars woman ever. And yeah, she's a great actress too. I really enjoy her work, and she's very pretty. And yeah, her character is really interesting because it's like someone who's kind of been pushed around by life a lot and had a lot of stuff thrown at her and taken away. And I like what they did with her. The pilot guy that kind of takes her on a journey, he's okay. The character that everyone loves is, of course, the robot. I believe K2 something or other, and voiced by Alan Tudyk, who I'm wearing a wash shirt, so it just tells you how much I love him. He was great. That character was one of my favorite characters in Star Wars history. Literally, he's great because he's sarcastic and he's a droid. And yeah, I love the performance. I love the droid himself. He actually is like really designed well, and the character just, like, you know, the emotion you can get out of a droid is always interesting. And yeah, the overall story is find a guy who has the message, and then once they find the message, find the father, and then destroy or get to the plans. And I liked a lot of the little shout-outs. There were some things that I was just like, are over the top, such as Vader's house, we'll call it, Vader's castle. I thought it looked a little too Lord of the Rings for me. Looked like there should have been a floating eye at the top of it, and lava flowing out of it was kind of over the top. But, you know, I'll be like, oh, where should we make Darth Vader live? Well, let's give him the lava planet. I'm sure he has good memories of lava. So that was a little over top, and then he makes a dad joke when choking the guy, and it just seemed a little un-Vaderish. But overall, I love Vader in this, especially in the end there when you see Vader being Vader. It's pretty awesome. I really enjoyed. Now it's funny. Okay, I'm going to say this. My friend at work, Nathan, who's not listening, kind of said he was mediocre on this because it didn't have much Jedi stuff, and to him, Star Wars is Jedi. And I was a kid when the first Star Wars was, like, I was really young when the first Star Wars came out and stuff. So I love the Jedi. I get the Jedi. It's all cool. But to me, Star Wars is way more than the Jedi. Star Wars is X-Wings and TIE fighters and battles. And, you know, it's like, that's what this had in spades for the last 50 minutes. It's terrific for that. It does do a lot of jumping around before that and stuff, but that last 50 minutes is just so satisfying. And it hit me right in the Star Wars feels. You saw characters dying. You saw characters trying to do good things. Good acting from everybody. There was no bad acting in this. I'll get to the one thing I disliked about the acting in a minute. But no, the acting worked well overall. There's some needless stuff thrown in there. And again, maybe it's stuff that's addressed in the cartoon, such as this. They bring the pilot to Forrest Whitaker's character, and I'm not going to remember anyone's name, so don't sorry, if you're into Star Wars and like everyone's name, cool. I'm sure I'll learn it sooner or later. But they bring the guy to Forrest Whitaker, and he uses this big alien thing to like read his mind to know if the message is legit. And it just like happens, and then the pilot kind of seems disoriented for a while, and it really seemed at a place and just seemed like it was thrown in there to like, oh, we could put aliens in this. And there's a bunch of alien stuff in this that some of it worked, some of it was just like, okay, I think they're just putting aliens in this to have aliens in this, but it just overall it worked but it's just that kind of things I just was needless. They could have just had a machine scan his brain in 2 seconds and go, oh yeah, it's like it just seemed really weird, this giant squiddy thing that like its sole purpose is to read people's minds or and just I don't know. Beats me. I'm gonna say two things probably that will surprise people. One was the one thing I disliked most about this film was the inclusion of Grand Moff Tarkin. Didn't work for me. The facial, the actor's dead. If you don't know, Peter Cushing, I believe is the actor's name. He's dead, and they have put him in this film, and so they had someone, play the role, and they CGI'd the face onto him. And my buddy was saying he thought it looked fine. To me, it looked like Polar Express in the middle of Star Wars, and I freaking hate Polar Express. I hate that animation, and like there were a few moments where it kind of sounded like the guy, and kind of got twinges. But I'm like 100% certain if you put footage side by side of them saying the exact same things or close to them from the original Star Wars to what this is, it would look so jarring to you. I understand it's technology and blah, 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 but I would prefer if, like, when they started to show him, they had him in a window shot. So it's like you see him looking in a window. And this is the same thing they did with Leia, where they had a back to her, like you saw her back. And I was like, oh, Grand Moff Tarkin. I heard the voice. So I'm like, okay. And I thought that's going to be it. It's going to just be that reflection. And then, like, an underling could have took care of the rest of it for him. And there wouldn't have been any difference, really. Right? If Grand Moff Tarkin would be like, okay, thank you for the update. Let me know when it's all done, and I'm going to take over the Death Star. And an underling could have hired a really great actor to play an underling to basically be that guy in between and mess with the Ben Mendelsohn's character. Can't remember names. Remember actors, but not names. But CGIing the face on the guy, maybe one day it'll look perfect, but even then, it's funny though. We were talking about like Gollum. I have no problem with, but Gollum wasn't a real person, right? So they made Gollum look the way Gollum looked, and it looked very realistic. But he wasn't a real person that they're basing things off of. And you may think it looks great, but I think it looked Polar Express. Compared to when he was talking to Ben Mendelsohn, when Ben Mendelsohn and the guy who's playing Grand Moff Tarkin are in the same shot, it was incredibly noticeable that it wasn't Peter Cushing. So, and then Leia at the end looked terrible, I think, too. I thought they were going to, again, do the same thing where they just had her from behind and they passed her the thing and she just could have spoke the lines. What is it? Hope. And they didn't need to have her turn around and show her face just to do all that. It would have worked fine just having an actress reach out and grab the thing and say what it was. That's my biggest gripe on the film. Now, saying that's a small gripe. It's just it irked me. I think they could have gotten away with not doing that at all, and it would have been fine. Now, here's the thing that will surprise people probably. I came out of it and I was like, I don't know. I really don't know what I feel. Like, I liked it immediately, don't get me wrong, but I didn't know what I wanted to score it. And I thought, okay, kind of 4, I think. And I couldn't remember what I'd given the other Star Wars, The Force Awakens. And then I was like, I looked it up the next day, and the next day we went out to my friend's house, and for my birthday, which was my birthday that day, he took me out to see Rogue One again. I'd just seen it the night before, but I saw it like within 24 hours of each other. And I liked it even better the second time. Maybe it was because I knew what was coming and I didn't the whole jumping around the planets thing. Like, I don't know. But yeah, I liked it better the second time. And then I was like, do I like it better than Force Awakens? And a lot of people love Force Awakens hardcore. And I wasn't one of them. I liked Force Awakens a lot. I gave it four beards out of 5. And thought it was a pretty solid film. And then the next day on the Saturday, we actually kind of watched Force Awakens. I saw like 95% of it. I think I missed like a scene here and missed there. Watching them that close together, I like Rogue One better. I think it's a better film. Yeah, I know it's crazy, but it is. I think it is a better film, even with the terrible CGI replacement Grand Moff Tarkin. I think it's a better film. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I just enjoyed it more, and yeah. So yeah, Rogue One. I know you've seen it. I know you have, and probably multiple times for some of you. I saw it twice, and I really liked it. I thought it was well done. I liked most of the nods. There was a few nods that were just like, I don't know, it didn't need to be there. But overall, I thought it was very, very well done, and the cast was really good. And yeah, it had some weight to it. It felt weighty especially compared to Force Awakens. Excuse me, I'm scratching my back. Felt weighty. So yeah. And Jyn Erso. Oh, she's the one name I remember. Felicity Jones is beautiful. So yeah, that was my Rogue One review for what it's worth. I give it 4 beards out of 5. I really did enjoy it, and I actually liked it better than Force Awakens. So let the hate begin. Okay, so from that, I'm going to move on to what I got for Christmas. Did you get something cool for Christmas? Because I got something cool for Christmas, and I'll be honest. My family knows me, so they either give me cash or they ask for a list, and I give them nice lists with pictures and everything of the movies I want. And so we'll go. Hold on one second. I gotta sort out some stuff here. Well, here, I'll show you the first thing. Santa has been giving us Studio Ghibli movies for the last bunch of years, and we got The Wind Rises, which is Miyazaki's probable last film, but apparently he's thinking of coming out of retirement. I really hope he does, because this is a really great film. It's not his best, though. I think mainly because of the subject matter, but it's beautiful and just it's heartbreaking in parts. So yeah, Studio Ghibli, can't go wrong with him. So put that there. Okay, so my wife, I have an awesome wife who, I got a bunch. Like, now it's going to take a minute, so probably it's at the bottom. There it is. All right, so my wife bought me 2 things. I'm just going to go down and show you what people bought me, basically, and what I bought myself, because I'll explain after. So my wife went and got me some John Carpenter movies. They Live and Escape from New York. I love John Carpenter. He is one of my favorite filmmakers. Not one of the best filmmakers ever. I wouldn't put him in the top 10 list of best filmmakers. But if you're asking me top 10 favorite filmmakers, the man is on my list. They Live. I showed this to a bunch of guys. Some of them loved it. Some of them not so much. Unfortunately, a couple of them were like, yeah, this would be great if it was remade with today's technology and like the social media and all that. And I'm like, I can see, but at the same time, I don't want it being remade. And I love Roddy Piper, so and Escape from New York. What can you not say, but like Escape from New York. So I look forward to showing. We watched this already. Should look forward to showing this to my daughters. Snake Plissken, one of my favorite characters. He would be in like probably top 20 characters of all time for me. Him and Jack Burton both. So, okay, that's starting. Okay, what else did I get? All right, excuse me as I sort through my pile. So my dad, oh man, everything's mixed in. Hold on. I got 3 movies from my parents, and I asked them for very particular. I gave them I gave them kind of themes. I gave them criterions or stuff of particular directors. So I gave them a page with like 4 or 5 movies from Hitchcock on them, and the one they picked, which we watched the other night, last night, is Dial M for Murder. Terrific Hitchcock movie. Possibly one of my favorites. I don't know if it is my favorite, but possibly one of my favorite movies. It says it's in 3D. I don't have a 3D TV or anything like that, so I just watched normal 2D, and I probably never will get to watch it in 3D. But fantastic film. I highly recommend you check this out. So I got that. I gave them a page of Criterion movies done by Akira Kurosawa. And the one they picked, my parents picked, was Rashomon, which, yeah, great film. Has been copied so many times, changed cinema in a lot of different ways. Toshiro Mifune is, so looking forward to watching that. And then I kind of give them, a one page which they didn't take anything off of, which was Charlie Chaplin movies. My wife's a huge Chaplin fan. I enjoy Chaplin a great deal. I only have one of his movies, which is The Great Dictator, which is fantastic. But he has like 5 or 6 more on Criterion. But I also give them like a mixed page of different Criterions from different places. And I got, they got me Preston Sturgeon's Sullivan's Travels, which I love this movie. I saw it a couple years back. Tons of fun, tons of just charm in this movie. There's a whole bunch of charm, and I'm really looking forward to watching this. 1941, wow. And if you've never heard of this, it's kind of interesting. It's about a guy who wants to, he makes comedies as movie director, and he wants to go on the road and learn about tragedy so he can make a film called Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? I'm going to let you fill in the blanks to where you've heard that title before. So, yeah. So again, Criterion. Love Criterion. Big Criterion fan. All right, we'll get back to some Criterion in a minute. All right, so what else did I get on Christmas Day? My wife got, and so we share movies because whatever. For my sister, she got Tarzan. This is a fun film. It's not perfect, but it's got Alexander Skarsgård, who's cool, who's fine. Samuel Jackson, he was okay in it. It's got Margot Robbie. And Christoph Waltz is okay in this. The man really works best when he has Tarantino dialogue to work off of. He's a good villain, but Tarantino dialogue makes him that much more. But it's a fun movie. So we got that. And my sister brought me, which I've been waiting for this, Batman v Superman, the extended edition, which I haven't seen yet, believe it or not. Okay, I've seen the theatrical edition. I saw it twice, actually, and I did like it, even though there's certain things I did not like about it, such as I don't like the fact that Batman kills. That's not the Batman I know. But overall, I enjoyed the film. And I like there were certain, again, it's far from perfect, but there's certain things I really loved about this film, certain things I disliked. But I'm really looking forward because I've heard good things about the extended edition. So, yeah. So, okay, let me see if there's anything else. Hold on. Excuse me as I look this way, because we have this thing in Canada, and I believe they have it in England, called Boxing Day. They don't have it in the States. States, you guys have Black Friday. For years we didn't have Black Friday, but we do now. But it's not nearly what your Black Friday is. It's like nowhere close to being as insane as your Black Friday. In the States, I'm referring to. If you're in Ireland right now watching this, or somewhere else, England, it's Black Friday is a thing that some people get, some people don't, but the world's kind of embraced it now, but not nearly to the American extent of Black Friday. So if you're one of my American friends, it's kind of like your Black Friday, but it's not nearly as nuts. People aren't knocking each other over for anything. But they do have good sales. And for me, I'm all about movies. So I'm just going to make sure. Yep. All right. So on Black Friday, I went out at 5:45 in the morning. And got to the thing, the Best Buy, just after 6. And there was already a lineup all the way around the side of the Best Buy. But by the time I got out of the car and walked to the Best Buy from the parking spot, I was the last person in line walking in, so I didn't have to wait in line. It worked fine. and I didn't have to fight anyone for anything. So I'll try and give you the prices if I can remember. And I also got a $100 Best Buy gift card for my parents as a Christmas gift, among other things. So like movies, and they bought me some cool stuff in my car and chocolate and all that stuff. So I had $100 to blow at Best Buy, and my wife came with me, and she didn't like. She looked around, but there was nothing she wanted, so it was all like movies, and that works for me. So I bought at Best Buy. Let me just clear off the things I didn't buy at Best Buy. I can get in here. And I only bought things at Best Buy that day. I went to Walmart. Walmart freaking sucks. So okay. Let me make sure. I'm going to take that one out. Okay, we're going to start with this one. They had a pile of stuff that was buy one at $7.99, get one for free. The one I wanted most was the Raid 2. Raid 2, pretty freaking awesome movie. Incredible action movie. Yeah. So they had that one, and then I looked and I looked and I looked and I looked and I looked, and the only other movie in that whole pile that I'd be willing to buy, which I think this is a pretty darn good film, good performances, but it's very different from the Raid 2, The Fault in Our Stars. And I apparently already showed this to my family, and I forgot that because of stuff. So, yeah. But we're going to watch it again sooner there. Very good performances. Shailene Woodley's really great in this. So, yeah. So I kind of got this one for free, or I got it for $4, if that makes you feel like, $4 for the Raid, $4 for this. All right, so let's see. They got a bunch of $9.99 movies. I'm gonna get them all together. Hold on. And again, sometimes I wouldn't necessarily pay $9.99, but I had a coupon, like I had a gift card. So there's 7. Okay. All right. So these were all for $10 each. So X-Men, Age of Apocalypse, just Age of Apocalypse, X-Men Apocalypse. Because the Age would have lasted, like a day and a half. So not a great X-Men film, but it has its moments of coolness. I never thought I'd like Olivia Munn less. Like, I like her way more in the newsroom in a skimpy latex thing, but in the newsroom she looks way better. But overall, Michael Fassbender's pretty awesome. So I got that for $10. Jurassic World. I just haven't. These are ones I've been waiting to buy for Boxing Day, and so $10 for Jurassic World. Enjoyable movie. Really like this. Ones my daughters are still bugging me to see. Deadpool. I got this for $10. It's Deadpool. What are you gonna say? It's great. It's Deadpool. All right. Furious 7. I have all the other Furious movies in a nice set. So this is the one that I didn't. I'm just like, it's $10. Why not? Yeah. The Revenant. One of the best movies of last year, hands down. Oh, excuse me. Or I guess I should say 2 years ago. One of those movies is 2015. I would say that. I know we're in 2017, but it's like not being 2 full years or anything like that. Yeah, I'm rambling. Sorry. So, really great performances and cinematography and direction and stuff. So that was, and the last one for $9 or $10. Eddie the Eagle. Which, you know what? This is a great, fantastically fun film. I remember Eddie the Eagle when he actually happened. I was a kid, and the Olympics took place in Calgary, which is in the other end of Canada, but I was from Toronto, and it was cool that it was in my country. And Eddie the Eagle was a big star in that Olympics, and I remember him vividly. And he's the only ski jumper I could ever name. Like, before the movie came out, I could, if you would say name a ski jumper, I would say, oh, Eddie the Eagle Edwards, Great Britain. He's the only one. I don't know anyone else. So, yeah. It's good fun. If you haven't seen it, check it out. All right, so okay, these ones I got for $7.99. So Sicario, $7.99. So worth it. Sicario. Denis Villeneuve, man, that guy is freaking rock star of a director. And I loved Arrival, and I absolutely am looking forward. Like, I love this. I love Arrival. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what he does with Blade Runner 2049 or whatever it is. So there's that. Oblivion. This was $8. I like this movie. I think they should have kept Morgan Freeman out of all the promotional stuff and not let anyone know he was in the film. Shouldn't put him on the cover. Should just be Tom Cruise, and that you'll have a better movie that way. Because you know. But if you've seen the film, if you don't, well, don't worry about it. But yeah, I enjoyed it. It's not great, and it's not nearly as good as Edge of Tomorrow, but it's a good sci-fi actiony movie that Tom Cruise is in. Film I've been waiting to get forever, and then because I had the money, and I just Mortal Kombat. Who would have thought this would have been the best video game ever, or at least among them? This has to be top 5 video games ever made, like video game movies. When this came out, no one would have believed that, but think about it. Name me 5 better video game movies than this one. I haven't seen Assassin's Creed yet, so I can't talk about that one. But seriously, I can't really think of any other. And for $5, I got the game. Yeah, it's not the Criterion collection of the game, which I know there's one out there. But I didn't love this movie the first time I've seen it. I've only seen it once. So for $5, I'm just like, it's David Fincher and Michael Keaton. Michael Keaton? Is it Michael Keaton? It's not Michael Keaton. What's his name? Michael Douglas. I'm sorry. I love Michael Keaton more. That's probably why. Michael Douglas. David Fincher. Yeah, I want to give it a second chance. For $5, it will go in my collection, and I'll watch it sooner or later. So that was Boxing Day for me. That was Boxing Day, Christmas Day. Now, on Boxing Day, I also ordered a couple movies off of the Amazon. Because on Boxing Day, I got a $50 gift card to Amazon from my sister-in-law. And that was my gift from them, was a gift card. And I got, for my birthday, I got $60 from my parents. And so it was like, hey, that's all going towards Amazon movies. And so I'll show you that I ordered 4 things. I've gotten 3 of them. One of them's coming. So the one that's coming is Once Upon a Time in the West on Blu-ray, which I already own on DVD, but I was looking forward to on Blu-ray. So there's that. There was like a 3 for $25 deal on Amazon. So that one. To Catch a Thief, Alfred Hitchcock and Cary Grant and Grace Kelly. It's Hitchcock. I'm not every movie he made was amazing, but like 95% of them were. So it's Hitchcock. No. So, all right. Guilty Pleasure, Demolition Man, love it. I got nothing to say. It's just great. So those 3 cost $25 for the Blu-rays. So that was good. The one thing I bought that I treated myself, which I'm like, I normally would never buy this because I can't afford that kind of money, but I had over $110 on Amazon account, like to use towards Amazon. So I bought the Trilogia de Guillermo del Toro set, which is beautiful. Let me see if I can get it nice. So this is the first couple movies of his, and then Pan's Labyrinth, all in Spanish. Their movies all in Spanish. There is some English in Kronos, the first movie. So it's Kronos, The Devil's Backbone, and Pan's Labyrinth. Now, you can buy all those movies separate on Criterion. And so what I thought Criterion had done is just taken those 3 movies that as they were packaged in the Criterion boxes already, and then just slipped them in a slipcover. So it's like, like I have the Bourne Identity. I have all 3 movies of the Bourne trilogy in a slipcover. And so that's what I thought they'd done. And I was okay with that. I was like, well, it'd be nice to have all 3 of them together. But that's not that at all, actually. This is like, okay, let me see if I can do this. Oh. Okay, so it's like a little book that they all come in. Like, this is the lid of the book. And it's got the back. I'm just going to show it to you. It's got details about what's in them. Now, I'll just see if I can show this to you. I'll see. Okay, so you flip it this way, and it's got Spanish. So I don't speak Spanish. I read subtitles. On this side, it's got Chronos, and the disc is right there with Chronos. And it's got a picture from Chronos there. Let's see if I can show you. I think it's from Chronos. Or it's just random stuff. Oh no, so that's not from Chronos. This is the Chronos picture, sorry. Yeah, Chronos. It's the egg from Chronos. If you haven't seen Chronos, it's a fantastic film. It was Guillermo's first. And then The Devil's Backbone. You see, let me just see if I can show you, a ghosty kid, which it's a ghost type story set in the Spanish Civil War. And then it's got the fawn from Pan's Labyrinth. And then you open that up, and there's a book inside. So it's got, let me just show you this scary thing. Ooh, bad eyes guy. And it's got this, let me put this down. Sorry. Or anyone cares. If you haven't turned off already. It's got this this book that comes with it, which has illustrations and stuff like storyboards from Guillermo himself. It's got parts of scripts and letters, introductions, like Neil Gaiman, who's one of my favorite writers, gives an introduction. It shows you the cast and stuff. It's a really nice set. It was $99, and so if you think, okay, that's 3 movies, so that's $33 per movie. That's cheaper than most Criterions are on Amazon. In Amazon, most of them go between $35 if they're on sale to average $42.99. So I'm just gonna give me 1 second. I'm just gonna package this back up so that I don't damage it in any way. I'm doing it off camera. Good luck. All right, and then we take that in. I thought it was just them repackaging, but no, this is a complete, like, look how thin that is. I thought it was gonna be like this thick because it would have all 3 movies in it, but no, it's a nice little square thing. It's just, I think it's beautiful. It's one of the reasons I love Criterion. Big fan of the Criterion collection, and so yeah, I got like 4 Criterions for Christmas and stuff. Because I give that to myself. And I only bought one other thing. And when I was on, let's see, when I was on Boxing Day at Best Buy, they had a whole bunch of these Mondo Terminator 2 Steelbook. It's got this cool plastic slipcover. Okay. And the thing itself is like Terminators, and then what's on the back? Not sure. I think, oh, it's the planes on the back. I'll show you the spine just because everyone loves doing that on Steelbook reviews and stuff like that. And it's got a digital copy inside. You can take the digital copy away so you can't steal it. And that's what the inside looks like. Now, this was like $30 on Boxing Day. And as much as I was like, ooh, because I don't own Terminator 2 and I've wanted to, and I wanted to show it to my daughters, but I haven't been able to find it for cheap enough. And this was $32. And I was like, no, not happening. And I'm not wasting my money on that. And then the next day when I was looking through the flyer, they'd reduced it to $16. And so I was like, I'm going to go spend some money on myself, and I bought that. So yeah, 10 minutes here. So yeah, this is not a normal BMG radio, as you can tell. I'm just kind of showing you what I got and talking about Rogue One. And yeah, that was my Christmas and stuff. That was my spending Christmas and the gifts I got and the Blu-rays and stuff like that. I've had an awesome Christmas. I've spent a lot of good time with family. I destroyed people at a trivia game about television, which if it would have been about movies, it would have been worse. But it was about TV shows. It got so bad that near the middle point, they asked me that I would have to wait 10 seconds to answer the question before anyone else, because it was like just someone reading. My sister was reading out the questions, and whoever could answer them first. And so a lot of time I was answering them before she could finish reading them. And so it got so bad that I was so far ahead that they asked me if I would stop. And so I gave them 10 seconds before I'd answer. And I still got a bunch of points because I'd just sit there and wait for them to not know it, and then I'd answer. So that was fun. Like, I had some good times, and it was pretty relaxing. I had at least a week and a half off. So I had a very good vacation. I would love to know about your vacation. But as it stands, there's no one in the chat, except my friend Chris Wells was, but I don't think he's there anymore. So that is okay. So I am 100% cool with not answering any questions today. But you can answer in the comments. How was your Christmas? What did you get? Did you have a good Christmas? And are you thrilled that 2016 is over? Because I'll be honest, I am. I'm just so happy it's done. There's a bunch of stuff that happened, especially near the end of 2016, which just weighed heavy on my mind. So I'm glad that's over, and we can get past it. And yeah, I'm just really thrilled to be in 2017 and see what that brings us. There's a bunch of movies that I really want to see this year. Dunkirk, there's a Star Wars film, there's Justice League, there's a bunch of stuff. Wonder Woman, there's like Blade Runner. So I'm optimistic. I'm hopeful of the new year in movies. We'll see what happens. But yeah. So yeah, I don't know. You tell me what's happening. How's it going? How was your New Year's? And how was your Christmas break? And I'm going to cut my camera feed here. And give my outro music. My outro music and intro music is done by Tim Hurley of the Late Reviews. It's too good not to mention that. It is one of my favorite things about my show. I often listen to it when I'm not on the air. It's fantastic. So I'd like to thank him again for that. Yeah. So let me know what you'd like me to talk about next week. Comment. You can Twitter me. You can Facebook me. You can send smoke signals if you're close enough, I guess. I'm willing to kind of talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. If there's questions, if there's topics you want me to talk about, reach out to me. Let me know. You can do it in the comments. Do it any way you can. And yeah, thanks for listening. If you made it this far, and you have a great New Year. Hope you had a great Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, Ramadan. I believe was in there somewhere too. Anything that you celebrated, I hope was awesome. If you don't celebrate Christmas at all or any of those ones, I hope it was great. Until next time, stay graded.